Alright guys, so we have a couple videos to watch. Some of these are their older ones, but you will see kind of the fluidity in the character movement. And I don't think Missy's actually seen this, I don't think she's actually seen on either one of these. But yes, so let me know if the volume is, I've kind of adjusted it to kind of what I was seeing, but let me know. But this one's called The Art of War, so this will actually kind of show you a little bit of the siege, what sieges should look like. But also, this is the ranger combat. So, here we go. Some predator shit there. What'd you think of that, Missy?
Oh, I got chills.
Did you? Yeah, this one was back in 2017, but like I said, this is pre-alpha footage. So I mean, even, of course we're making a video, so I mean, you won't be one-shotting NPCs like that. But, still, it's giving you the example of how a ranger, in a way, could almost be like a rogue as well, right?
Yeah, because he was stealth. He was,
Unless it was a rogue that took upon a ranger. So, or it was a ranger that took, actually, to be honest, it could be a ranger that took on rogue. I can't remember actually what that would actually be called. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Alright, guys. So, we'll go to the next one here. So this one's called It's Dangerous to Go Alone. So this one actually is mage gameplay, back from 2017 as well, like an assassin. Well, it was definitely a well, like I said, I can't say it was definitely a ranger, because technically, like I said, a ranger can fuse with the rogue archetype, and a rogue can fuse with the ranger's archetype. But its main
weapon. He could use
weapon,
knives, and a rogue could even use the arrows and everything too. So
yeah, well, like I said, you pretty much can use any weapon. It's just then you put more stuff on there. But all right, so this one's going to be from a mage perspective. So you guys are going to see some ads, and then this is one thing they haven't even showed yet. really, except for this video. There's actually you're going to see kind of the corrupted NPCs and what it looks like, and there's even going to be a big kind of pretty cool looking boss. So let's take a look. This is kind of dungeon gameplay too, guys. Going into the dungeons. Yeah, there was actually a part where they actually showed it, but that must have been in a different little video. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well that takes us into dungeons. So, alright, let's see. So dungeons and Ashes of Creation will range in size and will be mostly open world. So yeah, that's one thing that's going to be a little bit different about Ashes of Creation. So they're just going to be, this cave is open and you'll see monsters in there and you'll have to just go in and explore. There's not going to be a queuing system for the most part. There is not going to be a looking for group option currently, as we know. So not like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy 14, where if you want to do content you have to queue, practically. So open world dungeons will be populated to facilitate multiple groups within the dungeon. 80% of dungeons will be open world. Instant dungeons will also be present and will cater to solo or group quest lines. 20% of dungeons will be instants. So they're going to be in there, but as I said, it's going to be storyline based for the most part. Probably like that mage one right there, like that would probably like an introduction. Go check out this dungeon, you know, blah 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 blah. And then you have to go in there and fight all the stuffs. Let's see here. They're going to be smaller, simpler, linear dungeons. There's going to be bigger, more complex, non-linear dungeons. So it's a little bit of both. But we want the environment to be a character. In order for the environment to be a character, these places need to be interesting, and there needs to be, that is a new word.
Dynamicism.
Dynamicism to them. All right. Half the problem won't be solving the dungeon; it will be solving other players too. So that means this is kind of where the PvP comes into it. Is that if you're in there and you're making your way through the dungeon, and these other people are interfering with what you're trying to do, then you have to go and kick their butt. So this game is really going to teeter-totter between PvP and PvE. So the little PvE bubble that a lot of people like, Not saying that's not going to be there, but from what I'm getting is that will always be kind of something that can come up is PvP. So just
Gonna bring up my bloodlust.
Yep. So just FYI. So like Poto, I think he'll definitely, he's not really into PvP, but I think, like I said, this game's going to be one of those things where you're doing PvE, and then it's like, oh, I got to defend something because it's actually being attacked, thus your PvP, right? But I don't think you'll ever be, you'll have to do this PvP stuff. It'll be, you just be like, oh, I'm going to go back to crafting. I'm going to go back to gathering. Screw that. See, dungeon difficulty will increase the further a player ventures into the dungeon. So that is pretty cool. So you're not just going to have normal, heroic, mythic, hard mode, savage. It'll just be like oh, it's almost kind of like Diablo, right? To be honest, the further you go down, the harder it gets, the more difficult the enemies get. So that's pretty cool. Mobs and mob mechanics will become more difficult. Terrain and environmental dangers will increase, as you kind of saw in that video. The floor collapsed. Deeper, darker types of interactions will be found deeper in the dungeon. And I will say this: these guys are D&D nerds, and they will put that in there big time. So, yeah, get ready for it.